First thing is, what did we digitally achieve? Yes, folks, we are afraid to talk about politics, but we have to from time to time. Somebody at The Guardian went through the manifesto of what the PNM promised and what they failed to deliver. And apparently a lot of the digital things have not been delivered. Can it be done in the next 3 months? We don't know, but we have an obligation to talk about it without trying to be political about country and all of the different political things that take place that the word political usually ensues. And Skype is dead. I'll give you a guess. One of us uses Skype still and is sad that this has happened. Alright, when we get to that segment, we will see who is sad, because it's not me. Welcome to the Trinity Cast. Listen to what just happened to me, y'all. I listened to audio fully from my speakers all the way through backstage, and I now plug in my headphones. So I'm hearing absolutely nothing. Talk?
Wow, so much words.
Just not. This is happening live, folks.
Real.
Was he talk again?
Here now?
All right, yeah. Okay, what happened,
nice.
right, is this headphones is primarily a Bluetooth headphones with an auxiliary input. So if you don't have it charged, the headphones doesn't work because it have a noise cancelling thing on it. So it need to have like battery, a bit of battery in it. So even if you use the auxiliary input, you could still do all the functions as if it's Bluetooth. So if it doesn't have any charges, just be like, nah, boy.
So what going on? You have a little carnival hangover. Like often too.
You mean from sleeping too much? Yeah, from sleeping too much. I wasn't going to start today, you know. The only person here that going to have a carnival hangover shall not be named. Shall not be named at all. Just to let you all know. Yeah, you're listening to the Trinity Techcast. My name is Andre Charles. I am from Make It Simple TT. I have my two co-hosts here who couldn't make it last week Sunday due to
wow.
I don't know what happened, but Akim there and Michaela Noel. We are here, right? And if you missed us last week, it's because Trinidad and Tobago had a carnival and I couldn't do a recording by myself.
I hope the listeners know that is a blatant lie.
Why would I lie?
At least on my part, I was waiting and I got the message to be like, hey, you're coming out. I didn't get a message. So I assume Andre was somewhere. At least, well, knowing Andre, I assume he's somewhere on our beach somewhere, relaxing or now coming back from the beach. And I was like,
The beach? I never tell you I hate the beach. I never said that. Of course I said that. Nah, honestly, I was Carnival weekend. We went and distribute some shoes and some hampers and things to some needy folks in the extremities of the island, like Cedros and Guayagari and them kind of thing. And I really just come back up the road Sunday, probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I was like, I ain't not messaging this man now because I real tired. So I went and sleep and I was like,
I was saying,
everyone in the Mashkra waving a flag.
Getting ready for Juve.
Yeah.
I was getting ready. Yep, I was sleeping. I was sleeping, getting ready for Juve.
Preparing for what comes next. Yeah. And that's how the thing does go. But that's all right. We missed 1 week. I hope it didn't miss us too much. And it's okay. We are back. Yeah. We are back.
Now, but for me, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was home and doing stuff and whatever, and then I lose track of time. I was like, wait now, it's after 8 minutes to 9. And then I was like, you know what? It's probably too late already. So I was kind of in the same boat as you two.
Yeah, like, okay, more than likely, if no message was sent, that means something is wrong and we understand. But we knew from the week before that we wasn't going to get Michaela for 2 weeks and we didn't even have to ask a question why. We know. All right, so, it is alleged that the people think that you are a party animal, but we let them know, right, just for your general information, that you are upstanding citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, who contributes to the community. And because you work hard, you deserve to play hard too.
To party hard.
We deserve a party, yes.
That's the question, right? That's not, yeah. So, is okay, if you say PARDY, right? That's party.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Party, yeah.
But people always say party. Is it supposed to have a AY? Like, if they spell it properly, like, party, you deserve a party.
No, I think he probably trying to Americanize it. Like,
yeah, well, what I'm saying is the way that it's said in the song, for the 2 times I hear it, it sounds like party instead of party. I'm not too sure.
No, I think it's
a party. Well, yeah, same thing.
Yeah, you see,
Yeah.
so the phonetics and the linguistics, it made me think that.
Yeah. I like Bungie song more, but I who's me? I don't be on the road.
I kind of heard it on the Thursday before Carnival. I was like, oh, this is the 1,000 thing song. Right. Okay,
it's not even that one. It's Carry It.
Yeah, Carry It, not 1,000.
Because you have 1,000 came.
Wait. So you tell me like Carry It and 1,000 rag and 1,000 flag is not the same song?
Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, now you know. You know 100% sure. If you thought I was joking and I thought I was lying, that I have no idea what goes on at Carnival time. Now it's sealed. Wow. Well, let me talk about technology because apparently I can talk about that. And I know a little bit about that. So let's go to the first story. Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to Make It Simple TT, send them to us. And we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, the installation of routers, buying things online. So you can check us out, 308-8799. You can check our services out, or you could go to makeitsimplett.com and see some of the things that we've done and maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. All right, what did we digitally achieve in our life for the past 4.5 years, 4 3/4 years, somewhere, something like that? There are these things called manifestos. Now, before I share the screen, anybody here ever read a manifesto?
Nope.
I read parts of some, like pieces. Cause in the back of my mind, I just be like, yeah, they just politics. Half these things probably not gonna come true.
I have read 3 manifestos in my lifetime for the last 3 elections. I have honestly sought out the manifesto because they started to put it as a PDF on the website. When they put it as a PDF on the website, I was like, okay, these people making sense because I not going to try and get a physical manifesto. So I did read the manifesto for the PNM and the UNC.
Wait. Makala smoked the shit. So Makala, I didn't know like before. That's the only way you could get, like, no, I couldn't do that.
Like, yeah, I didn't think about it like that, you know, like, what?
To get a manifesto,
physical manifesto.
You have to go to a rally, dog. You have to go to a rally and wave your flag, your 1,000 flag. Uh-huh. And then when you are waving your flags, they will tell you, at the back, when you leave, make sure you take a manifesto with you. And
people actually take it.
And throw them in the bin and throw them on the ground and use the paper to do all kind of other things. And when actual people like myself want the actual manifesto to read and go through, you couldn't get it because people used to just take it and treat it like a pamphlet now, like a you know, like when religious, like Jehovah's Witness, however it is, giving out pamphlets, you will take it out of obligation and then throw it away as soon as you get a chance. Yeah, that is what they used to do, the physical manifesto.
You know, so, kind of off topic, you know, that make me remember telephone books.
Yeah, that used to get in the grocery, at the back of the grocery when you leave in here, you could take a telephone book.
Yeah, I think my mom used to use that, you know. Yes, I'm old enough to see a telephone book. And I've used it like once. I'm like, what? Mommy's like, yeah, just use a telephone book. I'm like,
the yellow pages?
This, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow pages was tears. Because, you had to look in alphabetical order. But what the problem was, if a business is named The Tool King, you have to decide if the T from Tool King is from the or the T. So if you have The Boutique, they didn't know if to put boutique by B or to put everything that starts with T by the T section, and then you have to look in the T section and pass all the and then alphabetically search for the second word. That's just my trauma coming back there. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right, so the PNM Manifesto from 2020, which is the current government of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we know that. And yes, we are probably unhappy because of it, or whatever the case is, or happy, whatever, right? I'm going to scroll to the part that, who did this by? Joshua Simangal. Joshua Simangal posted this. And the premise of it is, what did the government not achieve or unmet goals? Right? The article didn't really try to put goals that were met in a good light. It's just a lot of unmet goals. So I'm going to get to the part where it says all the digital transformation stuff.
So I think it could be like one thing that jumped out to me was when they said the category with the highest number of unmet goals was creating a digital society.
Yeah, so I'll highlight this part here. 16% were right. The category with the highest number of unmet goals was creating a digital society. So, yeah, that's it. I kind of zoom in too far, but I want to make sure it's readable. Okay, yeah. All right, so let's go and see what unmet goals look like. Creating a digital society, 13 unmet goals. Now, on the podcast, we have spoken about some of these goals because we heard them from the manifesto the last time, and we would have heard like press releases and all those different things and whatnot. So let's go through. First one. Now let's judge how hard it is to do and kind of ascertain, all right, they bit off more than they could chew, or they could have do this real easy, or say what you had to say, but say it with
Or probably
or what?
If this was just totally unrealistic and just campaign promises.
All right. So let's get three categories. Totally unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. 2, workable, but you could encounter some problems. Or 3, that was real easy and they fumbled the bag. Right? Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Workable, it was really unrealistic. 2, it could be done, but we understand from a technical perspective, it may have not been easy to do. And 3, that was too easy and they really should have gotten that done, right? And there you go. First one, the PNM will develop and improve broadband and cloud infrastructure and create a national digital database. I call in that, ready, let's go. You gotta put your fingers up, right? 1 finger, 2 finger, or 3 fingers. Ready, set, go. That's a 2 for me. Actually, you could have do this.
You're trying to rub the categories too.
Yeah, 2 is workable.
Yeah, 2 is workable, but they probably had some problems doing it.
Yeah, isn't this like a work in progress?
It's workable, but you generally will have problems doing it. And I could understand why it was unmet.
Yeah, I mean, they probably has components side that in kind of, well, they're probably they're now working on it, and
cloud infrastructure,
database.
National database, It's in progress. Yeah. I know this because, well, the places that you go, they could search up for your name now and they could get things. Like if you go for your BIR number, you could get it within 5 minutes because they will search for your name and just print out the thing. Before they used to tell you how to come back. So that's a 2.
Yeah. And I mean, looking at the way even somebody if you were to believe stuff that coming out, the way that even things in government in the US operate, things would be online, but then 2 different ministries mightn't be talking to each other. So you might have one thing online here, but then this other ministry don't even know what's going on here, and
Right. So so that was our 2. Look at it's possible, but just hard tough. Right. Next one. Now the wording for this one is this: access. Ensuring high-speed broadband internet access accompanied by the requisite ICT infrastructure is available for all citizens, especially schools. Ready, set, go. That's a fully one for me because you mad to give all of your citizens high-speed broadband internet access. That's like, come on.
Yeah, that's like...
That's a life on the pit of hell. Like you can't...
Yeah, that pipe dream.
You can't come and tell anybody that especially schools, you're talking to a teacher. Yeah, that's a one, for sure. No way possible. All right, let's go. Next one. Data. Creating an electronic population register for every citizen and resident, removing the need for citizens to submit data separately to each agency. 3, 2, 1, go! That is a one for me. What? You say two, Michaela?
I think it's a 2, yeah.
I say one and a half.
No. Okay, go ahead. Michaela, let me hear why you think it's a 2.
Because it's doable, just not... You see, Trinidadians very inefficient. So it wouldn't be possible right now, but it's doable. Very slowly. Very, very slowly. But it's doable.
Yeah,
that's our one.
Why I give it a half is something that possible, but not right now. Like that's you could put this in your manifesto next 5 or 10 years.
That is our one because the thing say for every citizen and resident. That is impossible. Not even the US have a population register for every citizen. That's stupid to say. You could say the majority of citizens. China will have it, yes, unless you have a child and you send them down the river in a basket like Moses. But every citizen, don't say every at all. You're playing with people.
Yeah.
For the majority of citizens, that would have given a 2. Well, you say every. All right. The PNM will create a digital public service through an e-governance system. Digitize any public service. 3, 2, 1, go! That is one.
I don't even know what that sentence means. Like, I don't even know what...
The public service, which is you getting anything from the government of Trinidad and Tobago, like ID cards, birth certificates, deeds, all those different things, and have an e-governance system. E-governance is not even a word that you should use in life.
Thank you.
E-governance is like you want everything about the government to be available digitally. No. Not even our great Estonia could do that. Because we always talk about Estonia. Every time the Prime Minister had to talk, he'd be like, we've been modeling from the people of Estonia. And like, who has a similar population to us and they have all these systems. I doubt. All right, no. It's kind of like political stuff. It had to come up in your feed. I don't know if political stuff will come up in your feed.
Nope.
You need to like call out what number we do so people are listening.
Yeah, well, that one, everybody said 1 for that one. Because, okay, cool. As far as possible, all government services will be delivered online. Business processes will be re-engineered and the mindset of public officers transformed to radically improve the public customer experience. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, 2.
Like a 1.5. 1.5.
You know what? Save them in this
Akim
as fast as possible.
As fast as possible, yeah.
That save them. If they lead with all, I'd give them a 1. But they say as fast as possible, so that kind of give them, some scoop or some rope to hang. No, I'm not gonna say that.
So,
give them
some scoop. Why 1.5?
Because that is sure that is not happening, but they did say as far as possible. So I give them a half point for that.
It to radically improve the public customer experience. I probably think that I have had some better public customer experiences in the past few years for things like no, there had a time when they had the register a business thing and the whole system went down, right? But I had to register a business. I think I registered like 2 or 3 businesses. I can't remember, right? Whatever the case is. But registering a business was not that difficult because they had when you go into the building, they have a green line, they have a red line, they have a blue line. And when the green line leads to actually LED lit green counters, LED lit red counters, LED lit blue counters. When you go there, they will type up whatever it is, and then they'll tell you, okay, go to the red counter now to give this person that kind of thing. Everything was digital, and they printed out stuff. There was one time where I had to go and the printer wasn't working, and they had to, just hold on 1 second, I printed it across by the other person. I was like, oh, networking. Oh, your printers are network, and you could choose another printer. So I give it a 2 because business processes, yeah.
I want to walk back my 2 to 1.5 because they want to change the public officer's mindset. And changing somebody's mindset is one of the hardest things to do when you're stuck in an institution like that, especially public service, that have decades of culture. To change your mindset radically in 5 years. Yeah.
All right. I still stick it with my 2. All your 1.5ers. Okay. Next one. The PNM government will engage community influencers, especially our tech-savvy youth, appoint digital community liaisons, and create digital community portals. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I give 2.
Like a 2.5, closer to 3.
So I give it a 2. You giving a 3?
Because
I keep my.
It's easy.
They could do it.
It's easy to do, but they just didn't do it.
Yeah, they could engage. The top people they could engage to that would be able to do stuff like this. But especially tech savvy youth to help promote digital community. Yeah, that I don't think that was hard to do. But how much influencers or tech savvy people actually engage?
I don't know, not you.
Nope.
Because you're not an influencer anymore.
I don't think I will be considered youth anymore.
No. I understand what you're saying. I think I'm not following the influencer part, but I think the ICT access centers, they really push that a lot. Like every time I see things about ministry of whoever, they always saying this ICT center is open or it will not be open today because of whatever was the case or that kind of thing. So the ICT access centers, they are there and people could go there and get things done if they want to. And also I know some people who may have gone there to like help them teach older folks how to do things now. So it is possible, but you have to build a physical place, and the physical place requires physical people to help them. But I understand why I could say a 3 because it's basically social media. Like, basically, create some social media accounts and take some of the taxpayers' dollars to engage community influencers. All right, next one, the PNM will support and facilitate remote working and work from home in both the public and private sectors. Ready? 3, 2, 1. That's
2.
I give it that 1.
I give it that 2 because didn't they do this?
No.
They hired a consultant, so they started. They started it.
Right.
And I give her 2. This is a symptom at the time of the election. We was in the middle of a pandemic, so this would have been something that would have been popular at the time, and you probably would. I mean, at that point in time, you probably thought this is the future, how things going to be. But then once it kind of come out the pandemic, people kind of come back to the office, and even now it's real popular. So that's that people come back to the office.
Okay. But by our grading system, a 2 means that they tried and they probably bounced up some problems, right? Now all we have to go on this is an article that said that they reached stage 3 out of 5 in this process. That is all we have. We have nothing else that definitively says that there is a trial period, a testing, beta testers, anything like that. Like that is why is that 1.
Yeah, so I mean the fact that you do 3 out of 5, 1 is like totally.
Yeah, but that's an article, dog. That's not that's just somebody saying that we do some work. But you have
the other ones we had, we didn't even have articles. So I was like, that.
Well, no one. The other ones, I have experiences where I went into certain places and I could see certain things taking place. But if you tell me, okay, this section of the Ministry of Finance has been working from home and they are piloting the program or something like that, and you have interviews with those employees or the managers or something like that, you could, I'm sure if the pilot program was going on, they would have publicized it. But they ain't publicized it. All they publicized was our plan.
Why I would say,
I don't know.
Too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if it like counts, but I mean some people I know that work within the government-ish, they have not work from home, but hybrid work. Some people, not everybody.
Right, but is it part of the overarching plan that they're trying, or is it that ministry is just forward thinking and they're doing their own thing, but they're not actually a part of the full rollout that they're trying to do? So meaning like, is it a government mandate, or is it that just that department say, all right, my manager or my permanent secretary say that I could do this because the permanent secretary in charge. But the permanent secretary never got a blueprint of how to implement it. They just kind of did it on the fly.
Why I would say that too as well is because they actually did it, you know. I mean, they was probably forced to do it because
they said they did it. They said.
No, I mean, into the middle of the pandemic, and some of the government people was working from home, the public servants. So yeah, so they actually had some format. You know, it wasn't like they completely shut down or whatever. So they actually do it, and they probably thought, okay, we do it in the past, we could do it in the future, because I mean, there was in the middle of the pandemic at that point. There was doing some format. So the probably thought.
I hear your point, but I still hold it.
Yeah, no, I understand.
What is that one again?
That's
impossible.
Yeah, unrealistic, impossible, and
right,
impossible.
Cool. Good, just making sure that we're on the same page. Yeah. Right. Next one: update and proclaim the Data Protection Act and the Electronic Transaction Act. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Nah, that's 2. Why you choose? Okay, Akim, you choose a 3. Let me tell you why. Me and Michaela choose 2. 2 for all the listeners. Why you choose a 3? Like,
is an act. How hard it is to update and right, and with the majority.
You'd be surprised.
Do that real hard to do, boy.
You'd be surprised.
They don't have the majority in the government to proclaim an act.
Yeah, but the problem with that act is we under like UN and all them kind of funding people and all that kind of drama. So it's not just to be like, okay, let's just create GDPR. GDPR take real long for the EU to get through and enact and all them kind of things. So for us to create a Data Protection Act, first of all, we had to kind of get a hold on all of the data that we have in the country in terms of private, public, government and whatnot, and then put things in place. Because once you put our act in place, then our data is going to be, lawyers could start to, use the data or use that act to say things. And when it comes to law, you ain't really want to give lawyers a smoking gun for anything, and then all of a sudden everybody on social media could get taken to court and all that kind of drama and thing. So I don't think that's low hanging fruit. That takes a lot of thought.
In your opinion, how long you think doing this should take? Let me say, given you have the precedents with the EU did and other countries and stuff like that, and we have our own,
it should take about 6 to 7 years. Because there had to be a lot of data gathering first, and you had to bring in a lot of law experts from different places to handle all them kind of intricacies and innuendos and whatever else that inside it. So that's why I give it a 2. I know they're in the process of doing it, because there was a time in Parliament they were bringing up something, and even up to today, Stuart was talking about social media and data protection. And after we went through all the election people that rigged the election, Cambridge Analytica.
I think they rigged the election.
Oh God, when they socially engineered the Facebook posts and them kind of thing now. Yeah. After that, the Data Protection Act was that when they started to talk about it now.
Yeah.
It was a documentary. It's public knowledge. I ain't say that they rigged the election just because I feel to be a conspiracy theorist. But yes, right. Okay, let me go through all faster now because we spending a long time. Develop a national e-identity for all citizens and residents. Ready? 3, 2.
You missed one.
Sorry. Develop and implement a national cybersecurity policy and framework. 3, 2, 1. I'm giving that a 3. I'm giving that a 3. Both of you give it a 2. Why I saying it a 3? Because our cybersecurity policy and framework ain't difficult.
Yeah, but they said develop and implement.
Okay, you are totally correct. Yes. Okay, well, I back down to a 2. No, I take it back down. A 2. Okay, to implement this cybersecurity, they real family back there by putting the word implement there. They should not put implement. Implement is like, oh, wow. Okay, yeah, they'll get a 2. All right, I agree with you all. 2 is acceptable. No need to talk about that. The PNM will develop a national e-identity for all citizens and residents. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So that's a full 1. Full 1.
2.
Why 2? Why 2, Michaela?
I mean, I guess I know why you're saying 1 because of the word all. But
that's exactly why.
What else you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Hey, this is not a manifesto. This is not about what you mean. It's about what you say. What you say. All right. Fair. E-identity for all citizens. Some citizens don't even have their ID card. Some citizens don't even have a birth paper. What you going to get? E-identity for all.
You know the old, like, I don't know if McKenna like the old birth paper that was handwritten. Some people still have that.
Yeah, the trifold.
I was about to say, I'm not that old. Wait, no. Yeah, I am not. I'm not
yeah,
that
you talking about the black and white one.
Yeah. Oh, your birth paper never came like that where they actually handwrite everything.
No, mine was blue.
Yeah, that's the kind of black and white bluish one. Yeah. I have the trifold.
My first birth paper was handwritten.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's fallen tree and whatnot. And then they had the kind of bluish black and white one that looked like and then they went to the polymer one.
Polymer, yeah.
Yeah. I don't have the polymers yet.
Oh, that's easy to get.
Yeah.
Right. All you have to do is go into the place with the old one, join the red line, and you'll go to the red counter and they print it for you in 30 seconds. That's why I tell you, like, efficiency, business and thing. They had that part down. Yeah. All right. PNM will develop a national database to support all sectors of the economy. Ready? 3, 2, 1. That's a 1 for me. I see
it's a 2 for me.
2.
Because the wording is so vague. Because the wording is so vague, it could really and truly mean anything. So.
Yeah, that's why I give it a 1 because it's stupid to say a national digital database.
Yeah, because what exactly is that?
That's like if you're writing a question, if you're writing as an answer for CXC and it's a 3-mark question, you'll get 1 because you use the word digital. But a national digital database of what? To support all sectors of the economy in what? Business, trading,
you're trying to make up the word count.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah, that we're trying to, So you're trying to fluff. PNM will develop multiple broadband points of entry in Trinidad, starting at locations as Port of Spain, San Fernando, and Chaguanas. What's a broadband point? Okay, I not time to psychoanalyze it. 3, 2, 1.
I'd give it a 0 if I could.
That's fully ones all the way, all the way through. That's
like what do you mean, like a cable coming in? That would I mean, or like was that the mean like an access point for internet?
I don't know.
But they say entry, so that means what it's not just a point, it's entry from somewhere coming in.
A broadband point of entry could be a fiber optic cable, could be. But then say a fiber optic cable, undersea cable or some kind of thing, multiple broadband points of entry. You can't just develop a point of entry for a broadband cable.
Yeah,
that's not...
That San Fernando, Port of Spain, Chaguanas, that kind of...
No, they have, they mean something else. Okay. Establish a tech investment fund and tech promotion and development company. Oh, wait, ready? 3, 2, 1. That's a 3. Because
I find that real easy to do. Just find money to do all kind of thing. That's basically.
That's not D-Hub. That's D-Hub end.
Basically.
No,
okay,
really.
I scale it back to 2. D-Hub falls under that. The investment fund part of it, we'll consider that the prize money that they gave to the developers to develop when they had to give the MVP.
If D-Hub is this, then it shouldn't be on the list then.
True. Yeah. What else it could be? Establish a tech investment fund.
D-Hub is not necessarily this called D-Hub as a competition.
No, D-Hub is a space where people could go and register and they learn how to develop and they have courses and tech promotion. This is D-Hub. I don't think this belongs on the list, honestly. Okay. This one is actually done. Yeah, all right. Somebody will send the guy who do the thing an email. Right. Right, that's it there. Creative and cultural, yeah. Okay. So that's what was promised. And a lot of it was not delivered. But I am very surprised that a few of my answers, or a lot of my answers, were 2s. I didn't expect most of them to be 2s. I was really expecting most of them to be 3s because it would be easy to implement. But the fact that I had to choose 2 a few times, well, maybe gives me a glimmer of hope. A slight glimmer of hope. Yeah. I don't know. Michaela watching the screen like, I do not have any hope. I don't.
Well, I do have hope. The majority of the 2s were, because everything is a bit nuanced. So you can't just wake up one morning and implement every single thing. Plus the pandemic happened too. So that entire combination of things. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just still feel like I lose some years of my life during the pandemic.
Most definitely.
Yeah, at least 2 years of my life I lose, or just like a blur.
I understand. Yeah. What I'm gonna tell you, boy, we'll wait for the next manifesto to see. Because I remember.
You'll have to go to read in the next couple.
I remember but things were so bad. I even read Jack Warner manifesto at time. that was my level of political lock-in. When I was like, my vote counts. I go and check this and I really look for all the tech stuff and I get the PDFs on. That was when I was on Facebook and I actually write a whole post to encourage people. Encourage people this. And if you want to get the PNM manifesto, go to this link, then go to that link and go to that link. And I shared it to everybody. And was like showing people that when you are voting, this is what you should do, not go and wave a flag. But I was quite zealous about my my voting, and that didn't really go too far. Yeah. Hence, I'm not using Facebook anymore because it don't make no sense, boy. It don't make no sense.
No, yeah. Like for me, I don't get involved in that side of politics too much. I mean, I was be aware and interested in exactly every single thing that's going on, and but in terms of that, I just want to know how would your stuff affect me personally, or what you could do for me.
Selfish voters is called it, boy. All they want to know is what they could do for me, not for the country. Ask them what you can do for your country.
For me, in turn, I would help the country. I wouldn't just keep it to myself.
Not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. All right, next. Let's see what the country is doing with inspiring youth and helping people register for preschool. We'll be back after this.
Right now you're listening to Training TechCast, and more than likely you know that I love technology a lot. But more so, I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and CAPE Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know anyone, any student that's looking for quality CAPE Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeitsimplett.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of that will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out.
I have a YouTube video to watch, y'all. We have a YouTube video to watch. Let's go.
A gaming workshop in hopes of getting young people interested in pursuing a career in tech and gaming, hosted by the Member of Parliament for Arouca Maloney, Camille Robinson Regis, in collaboration with the Brantford Foundation. These young minds were open to the possibilities through discussion and play. Arouca Maloney constituency chairman Dr. Jelani Reid noted that many successful software engineers, game developers and entrepreneurs started out curious just like those in attendance.
Gaming and technology provide opportunities for young people to create, innovate and thrive in an industry that is shaping the modern world. Whether you want to design the next big video game, develop a mobile app, or build a tech startup, everything starts with learning, networking, and experimenting. Exactly what this workshop offers.
Professional video game designer Stefan Obahava-Jivier encouraged the participants to chase after their dreams. Mr. Obahava-Jivier gave the children a presentation which generated some interesting questions. The children were particularly curious about how they can begin a career in video game software development.
Going to school, I was always watching behind the scenes videos of God of War and who was working on it and how they were doing that. I was inspired by how they created a character like Kratos and what his journey would be like to take on the huge titans or take on the different gods and things like that. But the pivotal moment for me is when I saw someone who looked like myself working on those games. And
one of the participants called the workshop a blessing.
I actually would like to do it because he showed us some of the different engines like Unreal Engine, Maya.
What's your hot take on it? Go ahead, Michaela, you first, since you
I
play
like
game.
it.
You actively play games still and not buy it and leave it there for 2 months. 2 years, 2 months or 2 years, boy. Which one? I can't remember.
I bought a new game
Combination.
recently and have been playing it. I went to bed 2 o'clock last night playing it.
All right, go ahead and boost now. Yeah, let me hear the hot take.
As you should. But yeah, I like it because I have one or two friends who are into video game development, and there aren't a lot of avenues for persons who want to get into that field within Trinidad. So bringing awareness to it is a really good thing. Also, well, I guess now because streaming is more popular, more young people are aware that they could get into professional esports and they can make money doing that. They can make money streaming, playing games. Sometimes it's just about letting people know. Because if someone doesn't know that, hey, this is a possibility, then they may not pursue it. I have a friend, he made a video game that's on the App Store. It's a fun little game. You could basically rearrange masqueraders. The name of the game is Mass Madness, something like that. I have it on one of my phones. Yeah. you can rearrange masqueraders, and it's really fun, you know? So yeah, we need more creative people in the video game space. Always.
So, what I would say, I agree with Michaela. It is a good thing. Cause I mean, when the video now started, I was thinking, and it just started with, people playing games and things. I was wondering if they're actually going to like show them some of the tools and, how you could start from this and then create this. Cause that's kind of be the inspiring part that would get people into doing video games, like seeing seeing the process from start to finish. Cause like for me with programming, that's what it was like seeing you could start with a blank slate, write some code on it, and then produce something after. Like seeing that development, that's what does inspire people to go on and want to pursue something. But with that being said, I personally don't think it's a easy thing to get into in Trinidad, because we are not sure how much avenues or opportunities you would have in Trinidad to pursue something like that, or to pursue a career like that. You would probably need to go outside of Trinidad, so it's a good thing in the sense that it would inspire, and that young man seemed like he was inspired, so it's a good thing because it would at least inspire somebody, and they would then probably, it would spark the passion in them to pursue it to a level where they could actually make an impact, because one thing seeing it, but the next thing is actually taking it up and making and developing your craft and pushing on to a stage where you can actually make an impact or develop a game, and then the game would either try and be successful and all of that, but I think it's a good thing overall.
My problem is the market. Being a person who has, because my company developed 3 apps. I have 3 apps in the App Store so far. Not I, but my company, right? And the Trinidad and Tobago market is ridiculously small. 1. 2, not tech savvy. 3, is not willing to pay for anything technological. Because we still at the stage in life where the internet is free, technology is free, apps are free. When you see ads, you're getting vexed because they don't understand that, well, this thing takes work. And this thing, you need to generate revenue and all of them kind of things, and people just get vexed and whatever the case is. If we develop in a game, and you develop a game about Trinidad, it's not going to go anywhere. Because only Trinidadians... Not Trinidadians gonna care about it.
I can't agree with that. Cause like since I university till now, I saw a lot of locally developed games. And it had one with doubles, and it had a lot of locally developed games.
It had the All Fours app, which was our web app, all that kind of thing.
Like that young man, I think he will probably be better off leaving Trinidad, go work with a known gaming company, develop your skill, work with a known gaming company, get that experience outside of here, and like similar to the guy who's speaking there, I'm sure he probably has some Trinidad roots or something, go out there, get that experience outside of here, and then look to see how you could kind of give back in that sense.
Go ahead, Michaela. I see you're ready to defend the
Not
defender.
necessarily, because if you make the game interesting and it hits the right audience, then it'll take off. So the general theme around the game could be Trinidad based, but it doesn't have to be Trinidad specific, if that makes sense. If you want to reach a wider audience, it shouldn't be a game that only Trinidadians would understand or have the context for. With really good storytelling, you could inform the audience, hey, this is what the game is about. The game is, centered around Trinidad. You could make it like a mystical world. You could do like that guy this local comic book
that's Jumbie,
artist.
Yeah.
You see, Jumbie is popular. It's technically Trinidad themed, but not Trinidad
still didn't release a pilot yet.
That's okay. The point
is, it's 6 years.
I think it's popular.
It's 6 years the development. Let me tell you, exporting our culture is for cutting you off, right? But exporting our culture is extremely difficult because our culture is fighting against 2 things: the stereotype of a Caribbean island and the fast pace that we do everything at. So
the first thing is the stereotype of a Caribbean island. When you hear from Trinidad and Tobago, all they think about is that you are a tourist destination and you have beautiful women and coconut trees and you just drink out of a hut in somewhere in
most
corner.
People would just equate it to Jamaica.
Yeah, or something like that.
Don't know anything
And
about
then,
Canada.
if you actually try to get into our culture, we do things so fast that a lot of people will just be like, why is soca music so fast? Why do you all jump and wave so quick? That's why groovy soca was created, because they were like, bro, when you go across there and you try to sing this song so fast, everybody will just be like, why y'all talk so quickly? Why y'all think that? Why is this man sounding like he's rambling or that kind of thing? So exporting our culture from a video game perspective puts another mountain in front of you where you have to not just get this culture to be acceptable to the people that are going to play the game, but also is a video game. And you have to get the gaming community to buy into what it is. So the level of creativity that's necessary, the best way is build a block game and hope that push up on the charts.
I think you had to go outside of Trinidad, because if you want to develop a game, that one thing, like that guy or any Trini could develop a real, same thing as you're saying, mystical, good storyline, a real proper game, but at the end of the day, it's a business and you need profits, you need it to sell. So you could develop that game, but then you're developing it and you're marketing it to a real niche market, like Trinidad, 1-point-something million, and then the gamers within Trinidad, which is our next smaller subset of people. Then you have the gamers in Trinidad who could actually
who's buy games because they're on the hype train and never play it.
Yeah, like not even that. Like a large percentage of the gamers under 20 or under 25 and don't really buy pay for games.
Yeah, free to play. That's what I'm looking for. Free to play. Yeah, correct.
So you're catering to our next smaller subset of people, and all the effort that would go into making a game like that is would it even sell? So that was you probably need to go out and then look to you need to cast your net kind of wider than probably Trinidad. Like doing something like that would be you go out there, you do stuff, and you're kind of giving back to your community, to see. Cause I mean, you have Trinidad and then you have the diaspora from the US and England, so you could try and tap into that market too. And those people might actually buy more of the games because they are custom. And that the whole nostalgia feeling that they're not.
Oh yeah, it makes me feel like I'm back home. Let me give you the analogy. Oh, go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to say is, like an example, you familiar with the old GTA RP thing?
Yeah.
And they had the own Trinidad server and whatever, where it was more or less kind of a Trini online GTA kind of thing, and it never really take off or anything like that.
And Trinidad, it did take off.
Yeah, but where is it now?
People who start playing it, they played it. I was never into it, so I don't know.
Yeah, but in terms of that, how the developers behind it, if you ask them how profitable it is, I sure they will tell you they're probably losing money, or they put out the
most
money.
likely they're losing money.
Yeah, so again,
for the first time in the history of this podcast, I feel left out. I am fully what they talking about? Like a GTA server, you could create a location-based server that has particular maps or something like that.
So you're still using the same GTA map, but you could you could customize certain things. So you could create the custom Trinidad cars, you could create clothing.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not
the TTPS
logo
vehicles, and you could put in a B40, a Civic,
Yeah, my analogy. The analogy of creating a game in Trinidad and Tobago is like a child who is coming up in primary school and say they want to be a pole vaulter. We would put effort behind 100 meters, 200 meters, javelin, maybe a shot put, maybe something or not,
But if you decide that your sport is pole vaulting and you want to go to the Olympics, Trinidad and Tobago is going to be very hard pressed to decide that they're going to support you. And
I mean, there's be hard pressed to support even the sprinters. Most of them had to go in the US and train. So
correct. So
I would
you
tell that
like,
person. I wouldn't discourage them. I'll just tell them you need to get a scholarship to a US university and
right.
go there and
Good.
pursue
So
it.
exactly what you're saying. Go and work for some given company across whatever, and learn these skills properly, sharpen it, get weird cases, make some connections, and then they don't have any diversity and inclusion funding again in the US, but go to Europe and they'll be like, oh, you're really good at what you do. And we're going to give you a project on your own. And then you'll be like, 40 years later, I want to do something for my country. And then develop the Trinidad game and get Activision or whoever it is to put some effort behind it. But that's the play.
Gotta go a little lower. Activision too high up there.
I mean, even if Activision made the game, it's not 100% likely to succeed.
Yeah. So you see my analogy is if we align it with sports, that's the kind of thing that we had a fight up with in Trinidad with respect to it. So I want it to happen because my Form 6ers I usually like. Well, Michaela wasn't in my like that class, but yeah, they usually build a game during the holidays or whatever the case is, and every July, August, we just try to build a game. So as let them see the concept of, what's a sprite and all them kind of drama and that kind of thing. It wasn't easy, but I ain't saying that any of them came out deciding they want to be a game developer. But it was fun to do. It just, I understand if somebody's saying, nah, boy. that's all I say. That's all I say. Yeah. All right, so before we go to our international article, I have a report for y'all. The primary school registration, they did carry people out to show them how to register, and they gave them a form with all the information that they had to fill out. And then the people were like looking at the form and all of that drama. And then guess what they did? They sent them to laptops. Just this picture, not here, but yeah. Somewhere around there. Yeah. So I saw there was a video, but this is the Instagram version of it, right? So what we were worried about is, right, so this is it here. What we were worried about is that when people go to register for primary schools now, if they're not technologically literate, they would not be able to go and fill out all that information, submit the ID card, birth certificate, and all of that drama. But they went to different places, and I was following up on it because it was on the Ministry of Education Instagram page, and I do follow that page because sometimes they talk about technology, and they were actually helping people from different communities. It wasn't just like the far communities where you think you would have quote-unquote technologically illiterate people. Some of them was like in Diego Martin, some different parts of the world, that kind of thing.
I don't like that word, technology. People who struggle with technology.
Okay. You could say that too. People who struggle with technology, but people who struggle with reading are called illiterate. So yeah.
It's so harsh.
Okay, maybe it is harsh. But in the ministry, that's what they probably be saying. We have to target the places where there are people who struggle with technology, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so primary school registration, it's going to be a thing, and they actually have the means in place to follow up on it. And that's a good thing, because we were worried about the people who couldn't fill out the forms, like you.
It's not I couldn't fill it out.
You take the bait. You should not take the bait. You should just stay quiet and say next story. Yeah. The next story is the funny part, because one of us has a problem with it. Skype is dead. I want to
not as yet
play the. It's not dead yet.
To the surprise of no one.
I just letting you know that
the first place I taught online classes was via Skype in the mid-2010s, somewhere around there, before I switched to the smarter place, which is Google Meet. And, well, Zoom was a thing, but the Zoom 40 minutes was killing me. And Google Meet was just going on forever. So I was like, thanks. But apparently, Akeem, you have a problem with...
It's not a problem. It's just... I need to find something. Like, where I work...
Okay, so if you need to find something, that's a problem.
It's like I wouldn't miss it that much because people, like, we complain about Skype, but I still find it better than Teams, so just pop with it.
It's like a toxic relationship then.
What's that?
So,
it's a toxic relationship then.
This is so funny. This is so funny. All right, so Microsoft is finally killing off Skype. The video calling app has existed for more than 20 years and was at one point so dominant that it was used as the generic term for a video call. That's totally correct. I'll Skype you. But now the generic term for a video call is we'll go on a Zoom call. Because everybody said, do you have the Zoom?
You know my mom does do? Like, even if she would doing like a WhatsApp call, like a WhatsApp video call, she's telling me she'll FaceTime.
If it's on her phone,
yeah. So
that's tough. Michael, when it's going to be
in May.
Skype will be online until 5th of May, giving users about 60 days to decide what to do with their chats and move them over. So I think it's moving over straight to Teams. So they're forcing people to use Teams. And
that's
horrible. That is painful. I've literally heard nothing good about Teams from anyone ever. No. Granted, I don't really have much video conferencing call conversations with a lot of people. However, whenever Teams comes up, there's always this negativity, y'all. Why is there so much negativity towards Teams?
Because Teams sucks.
But okay.
Let me give an example.
I want to hear it.
It had, like, for over the past couple years or so, it had new teams, then it had old teams, then it had work and school. It had, like, different apps. Then you had to go and the name of the app was New Teams. Then it had old teams or work and school. So it's like, what are you really doing? If you want to have a new teams, that's the transition to it and kill off the old app. There are two apps running at the same time. And when I see that, I was like, I ain't even with Teams.
That's one example. Okay, all right. What is your horror story, Michaela?
Teams on a whole. Teams is clunky. Teams is slow. No, and not clunky and slow. Okay. My whole problem is just in Microsoft ecosystem. So let me start, right? Have you ever tried to look for an email in Outlook?
That is the worst.
Have you ever?
That is horrible.
You cannot find an email in Outlook. You would search. Okay, so let's say the email was about ice cream. You will search ice cream. Outlook will give you results for, like, on the 7th of July, the truck man for the pizza pass. What? This doesn't have ice cream in it, bro.
She's getting so emotional here, guys. This stuff.
It's so irritating. And then back to Teams. Teams horrible. It takes up a lot of RAM. It's annoying.
Wow.
Nobody likes Teams.
I thought mine
Teams voluntarily.
My horror story was not bad. You hear my horror story, right? The Ministry of Education tried to give everybody a Microsoft. Actually, every teacher is supposed to have a Microsoft account. And you have a particular email and all them kind of things. And they used to have workshops. And when they have the workshop, they go and send you a Teams link. When they send you the Teams link and the URL taking up 3 lines in the email, what kind of stupidness is that? That the link to the meeting, which Google Meet figured out could be 3 sets of 3 letters separated by dashes, or zoom.com/meeting ID. Why is it a Teams meeting link has to look like it's a URL from the Pentagon that's encrypted that holds a 256-bit SHA key in it? That killed me. Because what happened is people used to take the link and put it in like a picture. and say, here's the link for the meeting. And the link for the meeting is EI216-622 / 28-821E565 question mark, all kind of thing. And you're like, please make the link clickable. And when you try to copy and paste that link and you miss out one character, the meeting not going to work. That is my ultimate horror story, because I don't know if they knew how to shorten the link to our Teams meeting. Maybe it changed by now. Maybe it has. But you see that Microsoft ecosystem part, I think. You get muted there.
Yeah.
Oh, horrible.
I'll say I could check because our Teams meeting last week. Let me see the link.
Is it a short link? Nah,
Nope.
it looked
Like a million characters.
oh my okay. So aside from the Microsoft ecosystem and the fact
I
that
would
it's
say
funky,
like there's have a button say join now, so you could kind of click the button, but as we kind
but the join now button is after you click the link, and
not like in the meet on the calendar.
In the email.
right, but if you had to invite an external person to a Teams meeting, somebody that don't have a Microsoft account, and they come in as a guest, which was our next problem too, because when you came in as a guest, you couldn't use the chat.
Yeah, it's a million characters.
I was like, you're a guest, you cannot use the chat. Like, what happened? Like, I must create a Microsoft account to be able to use the chat for a Teams meeting. That's wickedness. That's wickedness. I mean, with Google Meet, you could come into the meeting. No, you had to have a Gmail address to come into the meeting. Do you? Yeah, I think you have a Gmail address or a workspace address. I believe. I see people at Yahoo get into to Teams to Google Meet meetings already. But anyway. Yeah. So Skype was like a kind of social media. I think Skype was the one that kind of created the social media vibe for video calling, where it's not just you make a video call, but you can have chat and stuff on the side. So
like
I used to have Skype and chat,
Skype evolved from, like, for me,
from
my
MSN
first
Messenger.
MSN Messenger, MSN Live or whatever. It transitioned into that. So like for me, that was the what the equivalent for that would be now, like WhatsApp.
WhatsApp or iMessage or.
But I mean, back then,
Discord,
you know, like now you might get a message and you probably respond, but like going on MSN used to be like that. When you go there, that's when you're going on like chat and talk to everybody. It used to be like a big thing.
Because they didn't have to switch to the video call, which was very clunky when the internet was real bad in the early 2000s, when the internet was trash.
Michaela, you familiar with MSN Live?
No. What you trying to do? Oh gosh, that's ridiculous.
No, I think that was like early 2000s. So I would have been 2001.
In the 2000s. Wow.
Yeah.
So like people like us, you just say we born in the 1900s.
No, I just say only old.
Like I see that online. I see people referring into like, yeah, wait, you was born in the late 1900s.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah, but of course, that make it sound like when I hear 1900s, I think like 1920. Yeah.
That's true, but remember, it's still 2025. A lot of the things that we think is in our recent memory are actually like 30 years ago, right? And I've experienced that a few times.
Yeah, boy.
Like, oh yeah, I remember that song. That was my jam. Like, that song is 30 years old. Like, what? No. You serious? Could never be. Yeah. Like some song from
20
Jay-Z.
years ago.
Yeah,
Like in my mind, 1990 is like 1990 is 30 years ago.
More than that.
Yeah.
35
I
years ago.
just think like, yeah, that was like just the other day.
No, it's not. So like when, people will be, people will have catch kicks and they'll be swinging YMCA. My daughter was singing that. I was like, you know what song you're singing? She's like, yeah, 50-year-old song. I was like, 50? No, could never be. When I check it, the song is 50 years old. Like,
wow.
That was in the 1960s. That is madness, huh? But yeah, and she's singing that because she sees it on a TikTok or YouTube short or some kind of thing like that. But yeah, that's That's so Skype, for people, there are a lot of people who don't know what Skype is, how it works, why it even is a thing, because they just never ever had to interact with it. Right
That'd
now,
be like under the age of 10.
No. I tell my daughter, my son, 12 and 13. I can ask them what Skype is. They have no idea. None.
Okay, under the age of 15.
I could go up to probably 17. I could go up to 17 maybe. And say, do you know what Skype
people
is?
Are 17. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I go in my class tomorrow and ask them have they ever used Skype, I feel I would get someone and I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, my dad used to use that for meetings or some kind of thing. I saw that on a laptop once. Is that S? It's a kind of blue bubble thing looking like a Skittle or some kind of drama like that. Yeah. That's the way I'm talking now. So, yeah, Skype being dead in favor of Teams, I am not happy about that.
Yeah. So now I just put this color computer on. So it's Teams, brackets, work or school, and then the next app is Microsoft Teams. Which is also for work.
The sad thing about it is that Teams is bloatware now on Windows. So by default, I update my computer someday when I look at the bottom right hand side. I was like, why is this in my taskbar or whatever it is? I see Teams there. Check and see. Next to the by the time there.
I have it running, but
I don't know why then. Every time I choose quit Teams, it has just come back. Bloatware.
Yay! My internet died.
Don't worry, it didn't die fully. You didn't get kicked out. It just died like Skype, and you were switched on to Teams. But when I see your face frozen, I was like, oh boy, Michaela, like the flow decided, well, that's it.
You know it is. They're trying to do too much. It had too much going on. Too much tabs are calendar, activity, assignments, and then the way the layout and the interface and the usability. Yeah,
the only thing I know about assignments is, as I tell my son, go on the assignment tab and check to see if any of your teachers leave any assignments. That's my road march every day. Did they leave any assignments? Did they leave any assignments? Do you have any assignments due? Because when it posts, apparently they don't give you a notification that you have assignments. I will get emails saying our assignments weren't submitted, but he don't get notifications. He could be lying, but I doubt he lying because why would he?
I used to real lie when I was that age.
Thanks for letting me know that, and that
no,
brings
but
me joy.
I would try. Your son wouldn't. I think your son is a good student.
That is what you're trying to tell me. All right,
yeah.
I agree with you. Compared to some of the students that I have seen throughout my life of teaching.
What you trying to say about me there, boy?
Nah, not. I've seen some stuff, Michaela. I've seen some stuff in lower school, not upper school. Yeah, I've seen some stuff, and I'll be like, lower school. Thank God, my son is not perfect, but he ain't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least I could say something on Nielsen. Yeah. All right. Well, that went well. Rip Skype. It was a good run, guys. It was a good run. Teams for it. Teams forever. Go Teams. Wow, that didn't sound good at all. Yeah.
Teams. And that's the original thing from Invincible. Oh, good. Are they watching the episode of Invincible, boy?
Hey, wait. No, I'm waiting to binge it. I don't even
know what they're talking about.
Oh, no. And okay, that's like American anime. It's basically a cartoon. But it's a real adult version cartoon. Not pornography adult version, but like violent and thing and it's a little cursing and thing. But I'm waiting to binge it because I don't have time to. I really don't have time to watch shows right now because it's SBA and IA season. But as soon as them things get submitted, I will have a chance to see where Mark Grayson has reached, boy. Okay.
Mark Grayson, he related to. Anyway, but I'll say that.
Dick Grayson from Batman, that way you want to say? Yeah, that's from that. That's coming from the late 1900s.
Don't worry. I like comic books too. Don't worry.
Okay.
Favorite language.
All right, so we spoke about what did we digitally achieve. We went through the manifesto of the PNM from 2020 to see what we did achieve.
Does a gaming workshop inspire people? Yeah, well, had some interesting views here. Michaela believes in the youth, boy. Believe in the youth. Primary school registration follow-up. Well, I just showed the Instagram page to show that you could register your child for primary school and they are actually helping you. And Skype is dead in favor of Teams. And we didn't really talk much about Skype being dead. We spoke about our hate for Teams.
He's stuck or am I stuck? I'm stuck.
Nah, you're not stuck. You're just not moving. Or is Michaela... Yeah, well, as it Flo decided that Michaela has to leave now. And that's it. We'll see you all next week. My name is Mr. Charles, Andre Charles from Make It Simple TT. And this is my co-host signing out. His name is...
Yes, every time you say Skype is dead, my internet cuts off.
You're coming time for the exit.
Yes, if you saw me in any party or fraternity last week, no, you didn't.
It wasn't.
You did not.
It wasn't Keller _Noel. Don't go and follow on Instagram and see any of the pictures because
all the reels.
It's all a lie. It's all a lie.
Exactly. You're delusional. Get help.
Yeah, my name is Akim Day, and you wouldn't find me in any reels or pictures.
This man don't even collaborate on the Instagram posts because he don't even open Instagram.
Yeah. Let me tell you, when last I make a post,
you gonna see like 15 messages from Make It Simple TT, from Trinity Techcast asking for collaboration.
My personal Instagram last time I post was 2021.
It's good to know. Good to know.
I have all my carnival things to post. So much. Oh, woe is me.
Yeah, like for me, I would travel. I'll go here, I'll go there, I'll do stuff. I would take pictures on my phone. And like when it's come time to post it, I'll be like, even WhatsApp, I doesn't even feel to post stuff to my WhatsApp story. Like
I'll be like,
have a lot of stuff, but it's be like,
I
never grow out of it.
No, you go out it for sure. When Google Photos show me memories, I'll watch the memories and I'll be like, oh, look. And then decide to send that memory to an individual person on WhatsApp if I feel like it. But posting that, nah, dog.
I mean, my wife does still post stuff, but like me, like we just go to the same place and whatever.
Well, yeah, we ain't gonna go into the dynamics of men and women and posting because our diversity inclusion, we ain't really want to put on that spot. We'll talk about it next week. All right, Ollie, we're going. Thank you very much for listening to the Trinity Techcast. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to share it with somebody who actually likes technology. Bye-bye.